Episode of Mental Health Awareness. This is another episode of the JAWS Coffee Chat. Today we are hosted by Jennifer A. Whitaker and myself, Elizabeth Overkirsch, from my VA admin services. We're being a little sassy here on the video part. First, we'd like to give a shout out to those who are kind enough to replay our episodes on their platforms, and that would be Lawrence Wingate of Wingate TV, Marcus Hart of Transform You Media, Zach Clayton of the PAC Channel, and Jay Stoyan of the Disability Channel. We're always very appreciative of their participation in our podcast. So be sure to share, like, and subscribe to any and all of our platforms, our pages, our groups, YouTube channel, or whatever it is you happen to come across us. We'd greatly appreciate it. And so now, with no further ado, we will get this show on the road. Today's topic, we're continuing on with our grief segment. And today's topic is crying and brokenness. So the definition of brokenness is that it's a state of strong emotional pain that stops someone from living a normal or healthy life. A couple of different type brokenness: inherent broken by design, or imposed brokenness, broken hearts, bones, more physical side. So we believe with inherent brokenness, we believe we are broken because we don't fit in with normal everyday society, or we put labels on ourselves. Let's see. Jennifer, do you find yourself asking a similar question about how come I can't be normal like everyone else? Like if I say I like the color purple and everyone else likes the color red, or I think I'm fat. Do you find yourself asking similar questions? Yeah. Yeah. But if you're on disability, you're not a rich woman. Yeah. Yeah, me either. Just kidding. Right. Very much so. Right. 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 And that, right, that blends into the second side of this, the imposed brokenness, broken hearts, broken bones, um, a brokenness that comes from outside us. It's a brokenness we didn't choose. So this category includes, like you said, an accident, illnesses, injuries that we break our bones or parts of our bodies, or our health. But it's also traumas, losses, the deaths, or um, people moving away, even. It's unkind words, hurtful situations, disappointments, and abuse that comes after our hearts are broken or our psyches are broken for whatever reason, or our faith gets broken. It's often even our sense of identity at times. So we may not choose this brokenness, but we are responsible for choosing how we deal with that brokenness when it happens, which is something you have talked about quite a bit, how you deal with it. Mm-hmm. And that's a very common feeling anytime somebody loses a job, whether you're on disability or not. Or even pure insecurity and lack of self-confidence when you have to start looking for a job. That's where I went through it. I mean, I would get super inferior complex. You know, when I'd have to go look for a job, it's there's so much intensity looking on how good are you, or are you good enough? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Another kind of brokenness originates from within, when as you make way for a bigger, more mature, or moving through a better version of yourself. Um, Allowing yourself to be broken is the first step. You've got to break those old mindsets, and then accepting the situation as it is, being the new truth. Um, accept. Right. It's not on the screen yet. I will get it up there, but it is in the description. If you're on the YouTube channel or LinkedIn, it's in the podcast description. But I will get it on screen here in just a minute. Yes. Right. So, I guess, yeah, right, right. Wow. Yeah, right. Yeah. And yeah, so it part of, as we started our podcast in the past few weeks, all of this all ties into grief. And so there's a portion of it that is where you just need to allow yourself to be broken and accept that, accept the situation as it is, the good, the bad, let go of our familiar beliefs and stories, um, about how things work or who we are or who we were. Drop the patterns that we've made that have held us captive, so to speak. Is that mindset. It's okay to be broken. Those Some of those things in the past have held us captive and not allowed us to grow. But if we release all that, of things we've known and believed to be true, and allow the new truths to come in, it'll help move you through those stages of grief, stages of loss. With that. No, no, no change. I hate change. Can't handle change. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Ties into the anxiety. Yep. Now, do you see this next brain surgery that you have coming up? Is that a choice you have, or is it something that you have to have? Are you choosing to have it? Okay. So basically, it's not a choice. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Yep. Right. We release all those things that we've known or believed to be true, that to allow that which, what am I trying to say, that is no longer helpful to us to stay broken. Yeah. Which I did for years after losing Sally. So, yeah. Mine, I was too young to understand that loss. And so it was my reaction was anger towards God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our normal co-host with us, C Snaps, sent a message about this, and she said a lot of this reminds her of a Robert Frost poem, "Nothing Gold Can Stay," and in that she says, we were innocent in our way of thinking and must get back to that gold or find a new gold that will come in spring. The gold being a greater self that emerges when we allow ourselves to break open. The self that is more whole, more mature, more at peace, more complete, more free than we were when we were still confined by our smaller version of ourselves. It is in our living into this kind of larger self that brings healing to us and the world around us, because our grieving and our brokenness not only affects us, but the people that are around us. So C-Snap's a pretty smart person. I had to know that she had sent that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So tying this in also to the other part of our topic today, which was crying, as well as brokenness. But crying usually occurs in response to emotional or physical pain, but it can also be expressed as happy tears. So situations that may cause you to cry, pleasing people may overwhelm you and make you cry for joy. Feeling down when you're trying to do the right thing and others say you're doing it wrong, which will make you cry, or even feel angry, much less other emotions. Miscommunication, like what we spoke about a few weeks back. Past hurts, grief, which we've talked about. So, by the way, if any of our listeners haven't listened to our previous podcast, go back and catch up on those as well, because there's a lot of good information about grief and brokenness, anger, abandonment. We'll also cover some more of that in the next few weeks as we move forward at this the subject matter with grief and brokenness and crying and all these wonderful thoughts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Safety net. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. Right. Well, you seem to have hit on all the points of. Can't think of anything else we need to add to all that. I don't know if that's a good place to end today, or if you have any other thoughts on it. Yeah, because you've got a couple more topics coming up to continue on the same theme. Next week, we want to talk about bitterness, that where that fits all in, and then more on abandonment later in August. Um, Support systems, how to develop your source support system, be some topics we want to cover in September, maybe October. Anger. So we've got a lot of stuff that this still can be built around. So definitely be sure to tune back in. And we are every Monday at 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. Um, Join us again August 21st. Do you have any other announcements of things you've got going on? I know you always have stuff going on, Jennifer. Do you have anything? All right. Well, again, please be sure to share, like, and subscribe to our social media pages and groups and our YouTube channel, or like I said, wherever it is you came across us. Wingate TV, Marcus Hart's Transform You Media, Zach Clayton, the PAC channel, Jay Stoyan, the Disability channel. Like and subscribe to their pages as well, so they'll continue to share our podcasts on their station. Be sure, if you're interested in finding out more about other podcasts that we have, check out jensbooksandmore.com. And be sure to head over to our Patreon page, which I have on the screen, but those are listening. It's patreon.com. And our user number is 95778909. It should be in the comments of our YouTube and LinkedIn broadcast of this podcast. So patreon.com, patreon.com. We'd love to connect with them and look up Jaws Coffee Chat. All right. Well, like we said, be sure to join us next week, August 21st, same time, same channel. Sometimes it is batty. 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern, August 21st. And we'll look to see you there. Until then, we wish you a productive and enjoyable week. Y'all take care. Bye now.